Hey everyone, this is Towelliee with TGN, and let me tell you about WoW FanCon, a convention that takes place in a virtual world of Otherverse. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, Second Life, oh my god, weird. No, I attended the first day today. It's basically like having BlizzCon, but in a virtual world. And this program hosts the virtual world, and there's vendors, and there's people there, and there's guest speakers. Day one was on the 7th, which was yesterday. The last day of the event is the 8th, which is today, and I'm inviting everyone from TGN, you guys out there, to come hang out. And, I think they said Zork, I think his name is, from the Guild is going to be there as a guest speaker when it starts, and it all happens virtually. It's a virtual convention. It's online. You sign up through the link below in the description. You download the program. You enter the world. You enter FanCon. And you basically just interact with other people, and that's what I was doing today. I actually had I was a guest speaker for the event. I did a Q&A with the people in the lecture hall, in the speakers room, and it was a pretty cool Q&A. It lasted about an hour. Also, Rep Paladin Extraordinaire, Vanguardi, was there, and he also had a nice little Q&A with all the fans, and we both had a great time, and it was amazing time. I didn't think that it was going to be as cool because, it's virtual. It's like, oh my god, I got to create my own avatar. Now I got to walk around. This is feeling kind of weird. But it was so much fun. I had a lot of fans from the live stream there. They were actually playing the live stream in the main, exhibitor hall, or the main, the main lounge area before everything started. But here's a little bit of the Q&A that happened today between myself and the fans. As you can see, there's a whole audience in front of everyone, and then there's also people in the other 4 rooms listening in because they can also hear the audio. And it was pretty exciting, and I got some pretty good questions, and I got to actually meet a lot of people. Gamer Grub was there. I never even heard of Gamer Grub, but I got hooked up with a contact there, so maybe I can work out some promotional stuff with them. So it was a really good day for networking for Towelliee. And WoW FanCon. Hopefully you guys will decide to show up there today. There's going to be a few lectures today on October 8th, and then there's going to be a huge after party, kind of like the Hilton BlizzCon after party, but virtually, not real, but kind of real because you are real. You're talking to other people who are real. Here's the Q&A, folks. Thank you for watching. Towelliee with TGN, twitch.tv/Towelliee, WoW FanCon. Hope to see you guys there today. You know what I mean.
And if yes, what class?
Which is Spanish for pork. And but I haven't actually even played him in a couple of years, so I apologize, but I would definitely not be the person to ask about any type of roguery. Yeah, sorry about that. People are saying combat in my chat room, but that's all I can say.
No worries, thank you for that. Another question from Hitman, who asks, what would another game company have to do to make you give up World of Warcraft? What would be needed to pull you away?
Definitely it would have to do with hardcore raiding. I mean, the only thing that keeps me in World of Warcraft right now, besides the passion for tanking, is hard modes, the challenge that a boss fight presents to me. As long as World of Warcraft keeps hard modes the way they are, then I'll always be playing World of Warcraft. Now, if another game, let's say, that comes up in a few months, like Star Wars, also has their own little, hard modes and different levels of difficulty, I'll try that out. But the game would definitely have to have, some sort of competitive PvE for me to be interested and to take me away from WoW. When I played Rift, I leveled to 50. I was happy with the leveling system. And then when I started raiding in Rift, it was the easiest thing in the world. We just cleared the first raiding dungeon in about a night or two, and there was no challenge, there was no hard modes involved. It just didn't really captivate me as much as World of Warcraft does with their hard modes. Good question, thank you.
Okay, folks, if you have PM'd a question to me, please do be patient. I have 14 questions in a queue at the moment, so we do have and we are getting through them. Just don't expect that it's going to be an immediate question and answer for you. So my next question comes from Zion13, who asks, would you ever consider on healing? Also asks, how did you get such large E-pen, and any tips to help others get an E-pen as large as yours?
Amazing. Okay. How did my E-pen get large? Well, I mean, for me, it just basically started on YouTube. I work with a very amazing company called TGN, the game net, TGN.TV, and I was one of the first directors to work with them. It was me and another coworker of mine, Cromar, and we made videos for a few months before anyone started joining. And if I have any suggestions for anyone, it is to basically, make your start off somewhere where people can listen to you, see you, hear you. Start off on YouTube making videos. Don't give up. Don't be discouraged. Just because you only have like 5 or 6 subscribers, don't say, "Oh well, forget this. I'm just gonna stop doing this because nobody's watching me." I mean, it was the same way with me. I only had like 10 subscribers. I had a live stream on Xfire with only like 15 people watching me, and I just never gave up, and I kept going. And social networking nowadays is also a way to spread yourself out more, to get that EP and higher, as you guys are talking about. Basically, get yourself on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, any social network site you can get yourself on. You'll probably be good.
Okay, the next question comes from Mary Jane 420. Do you know anything about rogues? And if you do, what is the best spec for one? And how can she make her kick ass more?
Unfortunately, I know nothing about rogues. I do have a rogue called Lechong.
Which hard time in PvP since they've changed warrior skills.
I have no
and
idea.
I don't know which skills tree I should take. What's your suggestions on that?
Well, I just started PvPing on my warrior, and I'm an arms warrior, and I get a lot of help from my live stream. What up, live stream? And I mean, if you're going to go for a certain spec for PvP for warrior, go arms warrior. If you want to go the route of hitting people really hard and not caring about your resilience and not caring about actual like arenas, if you just want to do battlegrounds, go fury PvP, because I heard that hits like a truck if you spec in a certain way and stack certain stats like mastery.
Thank you. Okay, another great question here from Raylas, who asks, Towelliee, what is the one in-game moment that really sticks out in your head as your favorite?
I got it.
Fuck.
Yes.
Was that Tarfu? Can you repeat that question one more time? I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I had to mute Tarfu.
What is the one in-game moment that really sticks out in your head as your favorite?
Probably downing Kill Jaden on the Burning Crusade. It was either that or my first Dead Mines, because my first Dead Mines was a complete disaster, because I didn't know anything about World of Warcraft at all. It was basically like, I go in there, people will tell me to aggro. I don't know what aggro is. Tank, I don't know what tank is. But my first tanking experience in Dead Mines and then downing Kill Jaden definitely was an epic experience, because we got the legendary bow on our first killing on at the time of the Burning Crusade. Thanks for that question.
Raylas also... Okay, I have a question from Pro Druid, who says, Towelliee, I've been in stream for months. Can you give me a double chest pound? Double chest pound, sorry.
Sure, no problem. Let me get the mic closed. Double chest pound. Who's this for, again?
This is for Pro Druid. He'll have to let you know his WoW name.
Alright, Pro Druid, double chest pound. There we go. That was funny.
Okay, a question from John He, who asks, in your vast MMO experience, what do you think that Blizzard needs to improve to compete with the current influx of the new hyped MMOs?
I think Blizzard just needs to keep the people coming back. That's all it comes down to. I mean, everyone else's model from here on out for a few years down the road is going to be based off of Blizzard's model. The only thing Blizzard needs to do with compete is to keep coming out with content. They need to keep the lore current. If they're going to create any new lore, they're going to have to find a way to kind of link it to what they've already made and shown us in the past. New games nowadays, it's kind of the other way around in my opinion. New games now have to be able to put out enough content as World of Warcraft and Blizzard puts out in order to compete with them. But I believe Blizzard they have a pretty strong base over there. So, I mean, I don't see why they won't be able to keep up with the influx of MMOs that are coming out, like Star Wars and the new Rift expansions and Guild Wars 2, etc.
Okay, I've got a question about Warrior DPS from King Gabamiga, who asks, I have a Warrior DPS, but I have
And for me making videos, because of his Paladin tanking videos. And I just decided, let me get this program called Fraps and let me start recording my screen, and then one thing led to another. I'm getting Sony Vegas Pro, and I'm editing my videos, trying to make it look better and better. And now I have some just complete obsession with making my videos look immaculate, and they kind of do. So I kind of like the way that turned out. But yeah, like people like Wow Hobbs and just YouTube in general, and watching other people on World of Warcraft movies.com kind of inspired me to make videos myself.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Next question is from Tarfu, who asks, why didn't you join Obsidian?
Hi, Tarfu. I thought you'd maybe ask that. Well, basically, I'm not a person who gets really trolled a lot, but I got trolled for the first time. I actually apped to 2 guilds at the same time, and one guild came to me, or someone came to me impersonating the GM of the first guild I apped to, and then they basically said they were the GM of that guild that I apped to, and that I wasn't accepted. And then I talked to Tarfu's guild master in Ventrilo, and he accepted me into the guild, and I was going to transfer to Tarfu's guild, but then the real GM of the first guild, I know it's like all confusing, right? People were like, LOL, mind blown. But no, the people from the first guild contacted me in reality for real, and then I went with them because they were my first priority. Sorry, Tarfu, I still love you, man. Keep making that gold. Okay. So then I decided to name my first warrior tank Birdie Burt because it was my nickname, and I played a lot of World of Warcraft.
Okay, testing. Do people hear me in local chat?
Well, I know I hear you.
Okay, so you can hear me. It's not me that's dropped, it's Towelliee that's dropped. Okay, so Towelliee will be back with us in just a moment.
Oh, did I drop? Let me hang up. Hit it again. Am I back?
There we go, you're back loud and clear, thank you.
No problem. Probably just a little drop. Did anyone get the... I'll just answer the question again. I basically was saying that the company that I worked for, which is a pharmaceutical software company, I was a QA engineer there. And my first day there, suit and tie, I went to my computer, my little cubicle, and this person who was my future friend after everything happened, his name was Ron, he basically said, "What's your name?" I said, "My name is Roberto." And I said, "What's your name?" He goes, "My name is Ron." He goes, "Nice to meet you. From now on out, you're Birdie Burt." And I said, "Oh, okay." So, I mean, all the people that I worked with played World of Warcraft. They were my first guild mates. Like, my GM was actually my boss. So after that, that's how I just came up with Birdie Burt as my name, because it was my office name.
Okay, and Icy has another question, which is, where did your inspiration to do videos come from?
Making videos just came to me out of the blue. I kind of enjoyed watching videos for years, like Wow Hobbs. He was a big inspiration. Oh, wow. That's a good question. I don't know. I guess my blood I guess I just naturally secrete adrenaline, I guess, when I play World of Warcraft. I mean, WoW is just an amazing game. I have such a strong passion for it. I guess the whole aspect of tanking and being the guy in control and being the guy in charge and having the raid and the groups be on your shoulders is kind of like a thrill for me, really. So, I mean, and the longer I do it, the more I start to love it. I don't know. I mean, am I ever going to get bored of the game? Probably not, until Blizzard makes another game that's just like WoW. They have the whole Titan project going on, and yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I just have a huge passion for the game, and it just has everything to do with how much I love tanking, and it's just going to keep going. Thank you for that question.
Okay, folks, just so you're aware, I have 23 PMs open at the moment, so we will get to your questions. Don't worry if I'm not asking them straight away. I have a couple of questions from Icy Cold,